You know, whenever a global crisis hits, the story is almost always the same. The world seems to go a little bit crazy, markets are tumbling, and most people, well, they just panic. But for a prepared few, all that widespread fear isn't a signal to run and hide. No, it's a signal that a rare, and I mean rare, window of opportunity is about to swing wide open. So today, we're going to unlock the secret manual on how to be one of those few. All right, so here is our playbook for the next crisis. We're going to move step by step through 5 key levels. We'll start with building up your defenses, then move to a strategic attack, create new income, and finally build your own brand. Think of this as your personal guide to turning chaos into opportunity. Okay, first things first, it all starts up here, in your head. While the huge majority of people are completely paralyzed by fear when the market takes a dive, the folks who actually come out on top, they see the exact same situation as this unique, incredible chance to build wealth. It's all about shifting your perspective from pure fear to calculated, strategic action. So, what even is a market crash, really? Well, think of the economy like this really delicate chain. More jobs means people have more money, so they go out and spend more, which helps companies grow, and guess what? They create more jobs. It's a nice little cycle. But if just one little link in that chain breaks, let's say people suddenly get scared and stop spending, the whole system can start to get real wobbly. And here's the kicker: fear. Fear gets thrown into the mix, and it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It causes a massive sell-off that turns a little dip into a catastrophic dive. Okay, in this slide, it just nails the 2 different paths people take. You have the majority who follow their gut reaction, which is fear, and they sell everything when prices are at rock bottom, basically guaranteeing they lose money. But then you have the prepared few. They see something completely different. They see a massive sale. They use the market's fear as their greatest weapon, buying up valuable assets at a huge discount. So, how do you make sure you're one of the prepared ones? It all starts right here, with level 1. Before you can even think about going on the attack, you absolutely must secure your defenses. Building a financial fortress. This is the absolute, non-negotiable foundation. All right, this number right here, this is your first mission. The goal is simple. Save up enough cash to cover all of your essential living expenses. We're talking rent, food, bills, for 3 to 6 months. Now, this isn't your investment money. No. This is your oh crap fund. It's pure survival cash that you can grab instantly when things go south. Think of this fund as your personal financial shield. It protects you from the arrows of unexpected job losses or a slow month for your business. But honestly, the most important thing it does, it shields your mind. It shields you from making decisions based on pure panic. When your basic needs are covered, you can think clearly, you can think strategically, and you can see the opportunity instead of just the fear. Okay, so once that fortress is built and the walls are secure, then it's time to go on the attack. Level 2 is where the real magic happens. This is where you take your extra cash and strategically invest it when prices have hit rock bottom. You're basically planting seeds for your future when the land is the cheapest it'll ever be. So here are 3 main areas you can look at. First up, the safest long-term play, index funds. Then you've got a classic long-term hold, real estate. And finally, for those with a serious tolerance for risk, you have the high-risk, high-reward play, individual stocks. This means you're betting on specific companies that you really believe in. Look, the payout can be absolutely massive, but so is the risk. We're talking if that one company you bet on goes under, your money can literally vanish. Poof, gone. This path takes a ton of research and a really strong stomach. I love this quote. It just perfectly sums up the whole philosophy of long-term investing. Take something like an S&P 500 index fund. All that is a simple way to own a tiny little piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US all at once. That diversification is so important. It spreads out your risk, so if one company has a bad year, it's balanced out by the other 499. And get this, historically, there has never been a 20-year period where you would have lost money holding this fund. Never. A crash just means you're buying into that proven strategy at a discount. Now, when it comes to real estate, the name of the game is patience. It is all about the long haul. During a recession, sellers get desperate, and in that environment, cash is king. If you're the one with cash, you suddenly have all the power in the negotiation. The key is to take all emotion out of it, make low offers, and be totally prepared to hold on to that property for 10 or 15 years to see that amazing return. Look, buying assets is awesome for building wealth, but you need money to do it, right? So what if you could just create more money? Well, welcome to level 3. Here we're pivoting from just investing the money you already have to creating entirely new streams of income out of thin air. Okay, this is such a powerful way to think about making money. You can either be the gold miner, the person chasing that one big score, super high risk, or you can be the shovel seller, the one providing the essential tools that all the miners need. Think about it. During the gold rush, a few miners got rich, but most went broke. You know who always made money? The guy selling the shovels. He gets paid no matter what. So during a crisis, the big question is, what new shovels does everyone suddenly need? And you can start super small, like right now. I heard this story about a guy who made an extra $650 selling 400 old concrete slabs on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not kidding. People paid him to haul away his junk. Other people are pros at finding vintage clothes on eBay with really bad photos, cleaning them up, taking amazing pictures, and flipping them for a huge profit. And of course, you can sell the skills you already have: graphic design, video editing, writing, you name it. This is, hands down, one of the most brilliant ad headlines ever written. And it just shows you the insane power of a high-value skill. The copywriter who wrote this spent 3 solid weeks just researching the car to come up with that one perfect line. That one sentence communicated luxury, quality, and precision better than a whole page of text ever could. Learning something like copywriting, which is really just the art of selling with words, that's a tool that can literally generate a fortune for you. All right, that brings us to the final level, the supreme level, the pinnacle. This is about taking all your skills, all your ideas, and building something that's bigger than just you. It's about building a brand. A brand is basically a machine you build that can grow and make money even when you're not physically working on it. You want a perfect example? Look at the story of Gymshark. Seriously, not that long ago, the founder, Ben Francis, was a kid delivering pizzas and sewing gym clothes in his parents' garage. But he didn't just sell clothes. He built a community. He built a brand that people really connected with on a deep level. And less than 10 years later, he turned that little garage project into a billion-dollar brand. $1 billion. And that's the key right there. A brand is the most powerful asset you can possibly build. It's so much more than just a product. It's a living thing with its own value, its own reputation, its own loyal customers. And because it has value on its own, it's something you can eventually sell. We're talking a life-changing payday for all your hard work. So let's bring it all home. Look, another crisis is coming. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. That's just how the cycle works. So the only real question left is for you. When it hits, are you going to be in that crowd that's panicking? Or are you going to be prepared, your fortress built, your plan ready to go? The choice is yours to make. And the preparation, well, that starts right now.